Promo!
Maybe I won't have a problem with you.
Yeah. Bad example. Cut that. Anyway. Makes no logical sense. Let us live!
They're steaming up again.
Yeah. Fuck manifesting. It doesn't work.
What do you see?
You didn't honk today. I managed to find you. Right. Oh, there we go.
There you go. Back in the Pixie wagon.
We're back in Pixie.
Episode 5.
Cinco. Halfway there.
Halfway there. This time, halfway to 10.
Halfway to 10.
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. And when you've had 10 episodes, that's apparently when you'll have a successful podcast.
We'll get sponsored by BetterHelp, by Air Up.
Nike.
Sure.
No.
Sure. If we had to present a show, what show would we present?
Tonight, the news at 10.
We can do the news, bruv.
No,
we
I
wouldn't
couldn't
take
do
it
the
seriously enough.
I'd also panic because I'd be like, actually millions of people are watching and what if I can't read fast enough?
That is scary.
Really scary.
There's like a TikTok trend where it shows you the reel and you have to read along to it. Unemployed. Funemployed. And it's so quick.
Yeah.
It's so quick.
Anyway, weekly updates.
Go on, you first. Promo.
So guys, there's a theatre company called Orange Moon Theatre Company.
It's a good name actually, I like that.
Really nice name. They are doing a event on Sunday the 19th called Words I Wish I'd Said, and it's an evening of new writing, poetry and spoken word hosted at, I can't say the name of this cafe very well.
Bobo's?
Okay, I just can't read. Bobo's Cafe in Aldgate.
French, bruv.
French. Between 6 and 8 p.m. Basically sort of about conversations that you wish you could have had, or arguments you wish you could redo, or something that you wish you could have said. And I am performing.
And I've heard the poem and it's sick.
Thanks, mate.
So be there or miss out big time.
And 100% of the ticket sales are going to be donated to the War Child to support the children affected by the Israel-Gaza crisis.
Beautiful.
And yeah, it's going to be a really sick night. So if you are around on Sunday and want to be fulfilled with an evening of poetry, spoken words, there's some really exciting other people performing as well. Come along. It's going to be great. I actually don't remember this week happening.
Really?
What I did do is I accidentally put eye cream all over my face thinking it was moisturiser, not eye cream.
Really?
Yeah, been tight as
stinging.
fuck.
Oh.
No, just...
Facelift?
Yeah, kind of
Do it again.
Botox vibes.
Do it again.
Yeah. I found this tea called Dirt Tea that I want to buy. It's like all this different mushroom tea. But it's apparently like tastes like coffee, and I was thinking, oh, chaga tea. That sounds like a bit of me.
I do think I need to find a good coffee replacement.
Maybe use this.
Or I just get into herbal teas, but I've never liked tea.
I've been getting into herbal teas recently, you know, and I never thought I'd say that, but chamomile, sometimes, yeah.
I don't mind the citrusy ones, then it tastes a bit like squash, like a hot squash, which is something I really enjoy in winter.
Hot squash?
Hot squash.
Fair. Bailey's coffee is what I enjoy.
Bailey's coffees. I've been seeing people on TikTok put Bailey's on ice cream.
Like an affogato, but with Bailey's.
Yeah. If I knew what an affogato was,
Wait,
I'd agree with you. What is that?
It's where you have like an espresso with like ice cream on the top. Yeah, big in like Italy and Spain, and where they live the good life.
We should move. Cranley is falling apart. Big time.
I saw Pippa on Facebook.
Such a sad little village at the moment. I'm so annoyed. We had a power cut on Friday. Usually if we have a power cut, it comes on in the next 10 minutes or less than that. Like it's never
2023.
But the entire village didn't have electricity for a good hour. More than. I was sat with my dogs in the dark with a couple of candles, just staring at the wall.
It kind of makes you kind of sort of not hate yourself, but it's as if I wish I could survive without. I think we forget how prevalent that actually is in our lives until you're without it, and it's like, oh, I wish I could live without it, but actually I can do nothing.
Yeah, and not even just like no Wi-Fi, we had no lights,
yeah,
and it gets dark so quickly. So I was sat with a candle with my 2 dogs being like, don't move because you're going to bump into a wall. Can dogs see in the dark?
They eat carrots.
That doesn't help. That doesn't do a thing.
I don't know. Surely they eat. Surely.
And then we had no water. Thames Water took our water to make sure Guildford had water, leaving us with no water. So annoying. I've been living in
that's disgraceful.
The pits for days.
Yeah, no, that's a rough
I've finally been able to shower. And if you're a man who has a girlfriend or wife or a significant other who's on contraception, go give them a hug, tell them you love them. because it's rough, really rough.
That's a rough week.
Oh, I love being a woman.
I signed up to a flu clinic trial.
Why, bruv? Those are dangerous.
I know, and I probably won't make it through the medical, but if I get to the final stage...
Is it the money you want?
You get £4,000.
Mate.
£4,400
No.
pounds. But I'm not going to make it because they'll do my medical, which you get £40 for, so I'll get £40 anyway. They'll say no. If I then get onto the second stage, which is £70 compensation, they'll say no because that includes psychological. So they'll just be like, "No, you're too sad."
Are you going to kill yourself potentially?
Probably.
Never mind. Let's do 70 quid out the door.
And we went to bonfire night.
Yeah, was that nice?
It was really nice. I really wish you were there. I cried.
You cried?
They played. Have you listened to Golden Hour? Played that song whilst the fireworks were going off, and it just made me sad. It made me miss uni and miss you and living with you.
Oh, this
such
one.
a sad song.
Oh, that's really... I'll probably start crying if I listen to it anymore. Yeah, bless.
It was really nice. There were lots of feds because everyone thought it was going to kick off.
Yeah.
It didn't kick off.
Good.
I didn't go on the rides this year though.
No.
Didn't think my body could handle it.
They're a bit scary, those like pop-up rides, I feel.
And I get really bad motion sickness. So if I went on Hearts and Diamonds, I would be feeling spinny for at least a week.
Yeah, no.
Don't need that in my life.
No thanks.
Really don't need that.
I have to say, there were still fireworks going on last night, and I don't want to be a Scrooge, but it's the 12th of November. We've celebrated Guy Fawkes, we've celebrated his burning, let it lie.
Yeah, they happen a week before and weeks
like
afterwards.
2 weeks after.
It's bonfire night, it's not...
No.
It's not...
Fucking month.
Yeah.
Just let's set off fireworks.
Just put your Christmas lights up.
Yeah.
Which I did. I was stood on the roof of my house, bro.
Yeah, risky.
I want it to be a spectacle this year.
Ooh.
When I drive past a house and they've got good Christmas lights, I go, well done.
Yeah.
I want people to say well done to me.
Well done.
This week.
So this week we thought we would introduce you all to It's a Riot Girls World and talk about the professional world that we are in / entering into.
Hopefully. No, we will.
We will.
I need to be more optimistic about this.
Honestly, you just need to put it out in the universe.
Yeah.
I hate to sound like one of those people, and every time I say it my toes curl, but I do actually believe it.
What, in manifesting things? Or just focusing your attention on something? Because I think manifesting only works if you say these things to yourself. You say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to achieve this, and then you actively go and seek it and put an effort to do it.
For example, the poetry thing.
Yeah.
I put in for it, and then I started saying, "Oh, I'm doing this poetry thing on Sunday." I didn't know if I had it. I didn't know if I got it or not.
Yeah.
I was saying to Slotty at work, I was like, "I've got this
Yeah.
poetry thing on Sunday." I had no idea if I got it or not, and then I did. I just think sometimes things like interestingly coincide with when you put them out in the world. They just start to happen.
Yeah.
But I'll get back to the manifesting thing if I pass my driving test on the 16th.
Yes. And if we get this
Because-
thing on the 17th.
Yeah. But also, you know me, everything happens for a reason. Always believed in that.
Yeah, definitely. Although it's hard in the moment if you get a rejection or something.
Really fucking hard.
It means something better is coming. In the news this week, I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. Contestants have been named. Nigel Farage.
No.
Yeah, bro.
Is it?
Yeah, bro.
Oh. Jake will bring a flag.
I hate when
Nigel
fun
Farage.
things get ruined by politicians.
Or just politics in general.
Yeah. It's like when on...
Didn't Hancock get quite far though?
Yeah, he did, and he's also on SAS.
He saw that. But also, like, whose agents go, "Oh, do you know what, Matt Hancock? Let's, like, publicly shame you in multiple forms."
He's trying to seem like he's
Human,
with the people.
And you're not.
No. You killed everybody and their nan.
I want to see Rishi Sunak or whatever.
Rishi Sunak,
Rishi
yeah.
Sunak?
Sunak.
He needs to go on to one of these horrible television shows.
I want to see him eat a camel penis.
I want to see him. No, that's a bit strong. The fucking congestion charge. So you can't do that to people just because they're in an old car.
I know.
You pretentious little cunt.
Poor Pixie.
Winds me up. Because, like, that's even Hampton Court now. I can't even get to Kingston anymore driving. And I hope you're listening, and I hope you reevaluate your choices, you horrible little man.
They're just trying to get more people to cycle, but...
No, not all of us can.
No.
I can't cycle.
We discussed this on an episode.
Yeah.
We can't. Yeah, it's dangerous.
Yes.
I need the safety of my car.
That's going to increase deaths.
Mm.
Cyclists are also twats usually on the road.
Bring on the general election, although who am I voting
No one.
for?
There's no,
Who am I voting
now
for?
the car's got Stevie because we've
Yeah,
got
we're
proper
shouting.
angry. Hannah also wants to talk about the fact that the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, it's been
is-
90 years. On Sunday, it was 90 years since the first picture of the Loch Ness Monster came up.
We're also going to do an episode on conspiracy theories.
Definitely. And maybe we read our horoscopes.
Yeah, we'll do like a manifesting horoscopy little conspiracy theory
When me and
episode.
Jess were at uni, sometimes we would just feel a bit sad and I'd read Jess her horoscope
Yeah.
and I'd read mine and then it would all make sense. Our feelings of stress and anxiety would all be
I can't lie, I kind of want
due
to
to the stars.
I kind of want to interlude them now.
Yeah, shall we?
Yeah. Although some people may think of you as a space cadet
Sorry.
when it comes to decisions and commitments, so you're just a bit up and all over the world.
Yeah, at the moment,
apparently,
yeah.
okay?
Fair.
They may see a different side of you today.
Yeah,
Don't be
can't say.
surprised if others come round to your camp once they hear your side of the story. Somehow all the pieces are fitting into place just like you knew they would. Those who doubted you will be pleasantly surprised.
I like that.
That's
That
motivational as
fills
fuck.
me with hope.
I'll do my daily one.
Yeah, go on.
It may be hard to find your mental and physical home base. See,
Wow.
guys, your mind could be wrapped up in a cloud or some sort of imaginative time wrap, so be careful how you proceed.
Oh,
Fucking
don't say that.
bloody hell. Your head is in another dimension. You aren't paying nearly enough attention to the road ahead of you.
Shut up, you are.
Get off the highway and let your mind wander in a place where it's safe to do so.
Nah, load of rubbish.
Even empaths like you need help sometimes.
Brother.
Though I feel like that's kind of facts. I'm all over the gaff.
You're spreading yourself too thinly is what I got from that.
Yeah. How rude. Well, I kind of want to know if tomorrow's got any.
Yeah, do tomorrow.
You may feel emotionally good, but the more you express yourself, the more critical others become of your sensitivity. Unfortunately, you may clam up under such circumstances. Hang on to the fact that you have something valuable to teach, but other people aren't ready to learn. Try not to take it personally. Right, so I'm just going to
Right.
lie in bed for the next 5 days.
No, bruv. No, bruv.
Horoscopes.
They're rubbish.
No fair.
It's not true.
fair.
Speaking of the Loch Ness Monster, I want to know which monsters from myths do you think you could beat in a fight? Do you think you could beat the Loch Ness Monster in a fight?
No.
Because in my personal opinion, it seems like it's the size of a little eel.
But also, I'm just like, I've watched too much River Monsters and realised that catfish can kill people.
Yeah, they
So I'm
can.
thinking if a catfish can kill someone, the Loch Ness Monster surely must have me.
What if you were armed?
With,
A shank.
potentially. But then I'd be like, I'm killing a legend.
And would you have to swim?
That's what I mean, it's in water, innit? So you'd have to swim.
Yeah.
And you can swim faster than me. It's like a shark.
Yeah.
And that motherfucker might have teeth.
Probably does.
I don't think I could beat any monster in a fight. I'd like to be friends with Pegasus.
Be friends with it.
Be friends.
The horse with
Horse
wings.
with wings. Ride me to work.
Welcome to the Himalayas!
The abominable snowman.
I kind of envision him with teeth. I don't know about you.
Teeth.
Carrot teeth.
Fair. All I'm thinking of is the snowman from Monsters Inc. He seems kind of friendly. I don't think I'd want to fight him.
Yeah. We're just two peas, not wall.
And if he's made of snow and he's running on snow, I imagine he'd be quite speedy. So
And
I think maybe I
cold.
could beat him in a fight, same as with the Loch Ness Monster, just in the right environment.
It's all environmentally based. As is
Yeah.
that.
What about a mermaid? Or technical name, sirens.
Sirens, no.
They're scary.
They're scary.
They're really
Pirates of the
scary.
Caribbean.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be a mermaid.
Did you?
Yeah. I always wanted to buy those tails you could put on you.
Some people do it as a job. I wouldn't want to be in a tank for that amount of time though, especially with little kids poking the glass and like staring
And
at
how
me.
they breathe.
Training.
Hyperventilation is actually how they do it. Before you, like if you want to hold your breath for a long amount of time before you go
You
underwater.
Did you ever hear about the Surrey panther?
Oh, I think I remember that.
This is a local monster that isn't real.
No.
But basically, when I was little, somebody put a big panther cuddly toy up in a tree, and every single time we would drive through these woods, my dad would tell us to look up and he'd be like, that's the Surrey panther. And I fully believed for maybe 2 years of my life that there was a panther in Surrey.
Bless you.
Next up in the news, the Met Gala.
The Met Gala.
The theme has been revealed for 2024 and it's Sleeping Beauty's reawakening fashion. A lot of people will take it quite literally and go for like Disney Sleeping Beauty. Have a bit more creativity. I was reading into it and it's apparently to do with Kim Kardashian, and you know she wore Marilyn Monroe's dress last year. She like ruined the dress.
Yeah.
I think if I was going in 2024, I'd have a dress that like falls apart as I walk down the carpet.
Fun.
Kind of like Lady Gaga one where she had layers in it, all like fell off, like performance art kind of vibes.
I think I'd have a dress completely made out of sewing pins.
Sick.
Because Sleeping Beauty obviously pricks her finger on the pin.
Yeah.
And then the idea of like fashion not having to be made from like conventional materials, I'd have a completely pin dress.
How would you sit? That's the news.
Sick. Where should we start?
The theatre.
The theatre.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
So me and Hannah are both playwrights.
To an extent, I am.
No, that's my line. I'm less of a playwright than you. How did you start writing a play?
I have a list of ideas on my phone that I just come up with out of the blue. Just pops into my head. I'll see something on the internet and I'll be like, that would be a sick play. I'll have an interaction with somebody and I'll write it in my notes. And then maybe a year later, I'll come back to it and be like, right, let's write this. I find writing chronologically so much easier than going, where is this going to end? Because it could change, do you know what I mean? Where do you start at the beginning?
Well, I've only written one play in me time.
Bloody good one, Mad.
Stop. And for that I just wrote a load of monologues to begin with, but that was a one-woman play I was writing, so I only had one character.
Characters are good places to start.
Yeah.
I always like to have kind of a monologue at the beginning of all my plays, just to like set the scene and have that one character that you're kind of like rooting for throughout a play.
Yeah.
Which you did really well in your play.
Thanks.
I was rooting for your character.
Thanks.
Mainly because it was kind of you.
Yeah. But I also do what you do. That's how you can tell when someone is a creative, is when you've got a list of stuff on your phone and like you find inspiration from everything around you, sort of thing.
And sometimes it will just be like a quote that I found. They always talk about this when you do like devising workshops at school. But finding one bit of stimulus that you go, that's really motivating me to do this.
I had that on the train the other day actually. Someone said she went, it wasn't actually for a play, it was for a poem. Yeah, I heard her saying she went, if we both went to Tesco's it would end a divorce. And I then started writing a poem called If We Both Went to Tesco's It Would End in Divorce.
Sick.
Yeah, but just what people say a lot. Yeah, I take quite a lot of stuff that's in my big long note as things I've heard people say.
Finding a style of like a tone to write in is really important, like finding your voice as a writer.
And that, I think, if you're trying to find, if you're like, 'cause obviously that's a big statement and people might be panicking about how do I find my tone. I think you simply find your tone through writing.
Practice,
the more you write, the more you'll find your tone. So if you're mid finding tone, just write.
And saying that, I think if you're starting to write a play,
Oh, that's clap, sorry.
I need to get back on Be Real.
You do.
I need to snoop at other people's
It's
lives.
such a good snoop. I love snooping.
If you've started to write a play and you've gone, actually, you know what, I'm not feeling this, stop. I've got so many plays that I've half started.
No, yeah, and the more you write, the more you'll have options, and then you might be writing something else and going, oh, actually, there was a monologue that I really liked that was written in that other play. And pinch.
No, for real.
Pinch your own work. How did you find the drama school application process? Obviously, we were auditioning during COVID.
Yeah. I hate self-tapes. That's all I'm going to say. I think it just forces you to be somebody that you're not. Like, I don't think I will ever see somebody in a video and go, oh, that's them. I didn't have to do any because the courses that I was signing up for weren't like acting courses, so I didn't have to perform monologues in any of them. But then to get a group of people together who have never met each other before, don't know each other, to have to start like devising a bit of work, you're not going to see what a person is actually capable of doing when there's 50 different ideas and everyone's trying to be the Billy Big Bollocks and be like, I'm the better person.
It's a very competitive environment.
Which is fine because most of the things in the theatre world are going to be competitive. I completely get that. As a woman going into a theatre audition with about 20 other different women, they're looking for something that's special about you. And by everyone doing the same exercise, you're not going to find what that special thing is from a person.
Yeah, so I obviously had multiple self-tape auditions and I completely agree. Also, I do think it's an interesting concept to still pay the same amount to send in a self-tape.
It's so expensive, bruv.
Considering when you actually go in for an in-person audition, you get a workshop, you get feedback, you get a lot more than you do just, here's my video, there's £90. And also I think the idea of going into a room, performing, walking out a room, what's done is done, I think it's actually not great for the old mental game when you're having to re-watch yourself. And do you know what I mean? I think you can get quite in your head about that. Not even just how good am I, but it then becomes how am I looking, how am I this, how am I that, when actually if I'm just going into a room, performing, laying it all out and then walking out, I think how did I do, but I'm not there going how did I look, how did this look, do you know what I mean? It was a lot. And I've heard so many stories of people actually being really talented and then going into drama schools and actually leaving having lost what actually made them
losing
an
their personality
actor, because you're just sort of categorised and trained in a certain way.
And one thing I do appreciate about university is the freedom, because if we had gone to drama school, bruv, we'd be in a studio from 9 till 5, then have to be up the next day, so wouldn't have gone out, wouldn't have had the life experiences. University should have more of a responsibility to set up the same sort of connections with people in the industry as drama school does.
We never had an end of year acting showcase.
Where agents come,
I don't even think, when did I actually act in a module in university?
You did Charming Woman.
Confidence, not sexual predator on crack.
At university in second year?
Must have been.
Yeah. Hannah cast and put on a play called This Charming Woman, which she started she put it on once at college.
This Charming Woman is about a group of 4 friends called Merritt, Jules, Casey and Billy. Billy. Jessamy played Billy, she was great. You follow them going on a road trip from London to Banbury to Manchester.
Every time I see Banbury on the train station, I'm like, oh.
Love Banbury. But in between the journey where things go wrong and a bit pear-shaped and a bit mental and a bit crazy, there's monologues from the characters explaining their situations and things they've been through as women, and also Merritt being this more effeminate, bit more camp bloke, how he navigates the world. And it looks into things like abortion, periods, relationships with parents,
men.
Trigger warning. Men.
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely about, I think it's heavily based on the relationship between 4 people. And I think what's so clever about it is the way you have these moments where they're all together and you're talking about such serious topics in such a light way, which makes it so accessible for audiences to watch, and as well as really engaging for people to watch, because it's not too much, for a better word.
Well, your mum cried.
My mum cried. Quite a few people cried.
What was your favourite part about playing Billy? What was your favourite line?
Oh, that's so hard. That's so hard. The van man scene was funny.
You and Max did that perfectly.
The van man scene was so funny. Although it took me bloody ages to be able to spin and fall in someone's arms. Me and my trust issues were really coming out quite physically there.
And it was Max. He's hard to trust, bro.
Hey, didn't I get dropped? Didn't I fall over in a rehearsal or get dropped in a rehearsal?
Yeah.
I definitely did. That's what
Was it by Max or was it by Felix?
I don't know. Was it just myself? I don't know. It was overall such a fun experience.
Yeah. Stressful. Really quite stressful. But really fun.
And the set was so good.
Even though the bathtub fell over.
Had a big bath in the middle, so it was basically, they were driving in this car.
The bath becomes the car.
Yeah. And the bath had headlights and this, that and the other. The bath was, although problematic in the last run, the bath was so cool.
JP wasn't happy about me putting soil on his studio floor, but
JP can do one.
We cleaned it up.
Yeah, we absolutely did. That came at a time when I hadn't acted in so long. So it was such a big, not confidence booster, but a back to what I actually love to do and what I want
important
to do.
to exercise the muscle of acting. I also think as a director you have to be able to act. Not that I'm amazing acting, but I know the principles of how to act.
I think any director that comes in that hasn't had some sort of training as an actor or experienced acting, you're not going to be able to connect with it in the same way.
Was I a good director?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're a really good director. I think it's important when you're working with a director that they're not this... You want to feel like they're with you, not on another side from you. And I think because it is a profession where it's you're not ordering, but you kind of are ordering. Yeah. You maintain the balance between being friends with a bunch of people and also then being professional, but also never being overbearing or
Yeah.
You felt like you were working with me.
Like I could write on a script, Jessamy is going to do a big elaborate spin at this point. If you can't do it and you feel unsafe, then it's not going to look right. Do you know what I mean? If you want to be in my show, hit me up.
Well, pending.
Pending.
That idea. Pending. What's your favourite playwright or your favourite play? Big question, but do you have one?
Who wrote Punk Rock? Simon Stevens? Love him.
He's good.
His play Punk Rock is incredible.
Really good
His play Herons is incredible. Susie Miller, who wrote Prima Facie, that play is beautiful.
Good play.
And Jodie Comer, if you ever get the chance to see Prima Facie, it is such an incredible... Hello!
LinkedIn.
It's such an incredible play.
K Tempest. Is that
They're
what you're thinking
sick.
of?
Yeah, they're sick.
So sick. I remember I was in year 9 in an English lesson and my English teacher showed me their spoken word, and that was the first time I actually was like, oh, poetry is really cool. My favourite playwright. Definitely where I found a lot of my like writing inspirations. I think about like writing about the everyday in a different way. Ooh, rhymes.
Sing Your Heart Out for the Lads, played by Roy Williams. You are getting so many notifications, bruv. Popular.
Fun off.
But I watched it it was like a round theatre that was set up to be like a pub with with working taps and everything, so you could get a pint in the interval. I like immersive theatre.
I love immersive theatre. And I also find it really interesting to have a whole piece which is like solely direct address, talking to people that not are uncomfortable in the theatre but just aren't used to that style of theatre.
Yeah.
I think that's a really interesting concept to see how they react to that sort of engagement.
There's a show by Duncan Macmillan, I'm blanking on the name, Every Brilliant Thing, and it's like a list of reasons why this person should stay alive, and the audience get brought in to play different characters in this boy's story and this woman's story. Watching an actor figure out how to navigate an audience's response to what they're doing is so interesting. And it, like a show in that scenario will never be the same, so you can watch it so many different times and it'll be different each night.
I think the idea of theatre shows having the capacity to be different every night is so interesting.
Which is why live theatre is so important in comparison to like TV and stuff, because you can watch the same episode of a TV show multiple times and it be exactly the same, and you can memorise the words, you can like
there's something
quote
special about being in the room when something's right in front
liveness,
of you.
bruv, I love it. Same reason being at a gig is so important.
What else is on the bloody list?
Go on.
So Poet in the City did a 12-week producing programme in Exeter where 12 young creatives came together and we put on a poetry event. This was my first dabble in producing, which is never an avenue that I thought I would go down /
You seem to love it though.
I'd be interested. Yeah, it's good fun. I think... Okay.
Shush.
Wanker alert. Yeah, I think producing is quite heavily based in organisation.
Which you're beaut at.
OCD. Yeah. All of the kit and caboodle. And that was really fun. We produced this interactively, that's fun, interactive poetry event called Honey, I'm Home. We made doormats.
We did.
Key rings. Bought half of each other's rooms in to decorate Exeter Library.
We always smash the set. Whatever we do, we always smash it.
The vibes are right.
Well, even on one of our modules, bruv, we went underground.
Yep.
The set was beaut.
Yeah.
It was there. It was naturally there for us.
We understand the vibes. Yeah. It will always look cool and you will always feel like you're coming in. We make the coming into a space very...
Spectacle, bruv.
Yeah, it's all about
Love
spectacle.
the spectacle.
I was leading the team, but I met some really fun people while doing it.
Yes. And
Redacted.
does he listen? Probably not. Too busy.
Redacted.
Funny. Kid Hyena, they were sick. I'm also really interested in, I think there's so much like stereotyping around poetry and that it's this and that it's that. I think although you've got the whole like get kids to see the theatre before leaving school, I really think it should be engaging people in poetry before they leave school, because I think it's such an underrated art form that it's actually so engaging and so expressive and takes itself in so many different forms.
Well, in the same way that people appreciate musicians and people who write their own songs, being able to go, this person is putting their emotions and their feelings into a little ditty.
I think there is no better feeling than finishing an event or finishing a show in that sense of like, we've done it.
Yeah.
I think that's why we do what we do.
The adrenaline.
It's the satisfaction and feeling that you've really achieved when finishing it, that you've really impacted people that have come to see your work.
Do you ever have moments when you're performing, where you kind of blank during the performance and then it ends and you're like, what just occurred?
Yeah, absolutely.
In almost every single performance I've done, I finish it and I'm like, I couldn't tell you what just happened.
Yeah.
then. And which is probably good, because then it comes naturally and you know you've rehearsed it to the point of like, this is now in my body.
But also sometimes scary, because if
Yeah.
you have moments where you suddenly doubt yourself, but actually it is so embedded in you, but then you think, oh my god, what's coming next? You know what's next.
Forgetting a line is so scary.
That's why you need to trust your cast as well.
In every show I've ever done, it's got to seconds before the show and I've forgotten my first line.
I always
single
do that.
one.
That script is behind stage because I just need to reassure myself, even though I know it.
Yeah.
I need it there.
Just the first line. Because it's away.
Yeah.
The stress of seconds before a show is too much for me. I'd much rather be backstage. Bring on the scratch note, bro. Oh god.
We'll fill you in next episode.
If we've got it.
But we potentially have a scratch night planned. God.
No, we'll be alright. We'll be
so
alright.
fine.
We're in it together. We're always okay when we're doing something together.
It'll be fine.
We've both lost energy. We've both run out of energy, bruv. You gonna be alright at work?
I'm never alright at work. I hate work. No, I'll be so fine. This is my uniform today.
Good.
Like it or lump it.
Do you not have like work shirts?
Do we?
No.
Fuck. Oh my god, I walked into the kitchen the other day and they were like, oh, we just had your podcast on. And I was like, oh, sick.
We've had some lovely comments from people.
Old manager Ollie. Big up Ollie. Been really
There's Robin
cute.
eating a cigarette. Right.
22.
What's happening to nature?
Robin's my favourite birds.
They're so nice to look at.
I love their red chest.
Mm.
They're just so, what nice birds. So inoffensive, so happy. Happy birds. I feel like this is going to be a bit of a skewed episode now. I feel like we're both
Fine.
on a bit of a
We've both had tough weeks.
slightly different theme of episode for you, but I hope you've enjoyed having a little entrance into some of the thoughts on our industry. Have a fabulous week. Happy Loch Ness Day. No, Happy Kindness Day, and also Krispy Kremes in Guildford that was supposed to be giving out 12 free donuts. Shame on you. When I went to collect mine and was told they'd all run out.
It's just so rude. Why do they do boxes of 12? If you halved it, boxes of 6, you would have got it to more people. That's more kind,
That's
in my
more
opinion.
kind, yeah. But nice initiative, I suppose.
Do something kind for somebody today.
Yeah, it's Happy Kindness Day.
And if you forget to do something kind today, on Sunday, go and see Jessamine's poetry event.
Pretty please.
Do it.
It's going to be so good. And grab your tickets because they're going fast.
Next week, we're going to be talking about Christmas traditions.
All things festive. Maybe we'll have a Christmas song interlude.
Yeah, we'll do a karaoke, bruv.
Oh, funny. We'll do that.
What's your
That's
favourite
sick.
Christmas song?
Oh, when I was younger, it was always, do you they know it's Christmas time at all? I do quite like blasting to Mariah. It's so overplayed, but she is good.
She's defrosted, ready for Christmas. Mine's Don't Shoot Me Santa Claus by The Killers.
Fair. And if you haven't, get yourselves a Starbucks and have a toffee nut latte. Cheers to season.
You love a toffee nut.
I do. But thanks so much for listening. We'll see you all next week.
Yeah.
Or on Sunday. I've got my Grinch socks on, by the way.
Maybe I'll record some of your poetry. Sick, bruv. Ah.
Home bargains.
I watched The Grinch the other day.
Good.
It's a great film.
Bloody
And
good
Home
film.
Alone.
Home Alone is such a good film. Right, guys. Thanks. Love you.
It's not thanks, love you.
Well, no,
bye.
I was
Come on.
saying thanks. And then I was going to go for
Thanks,
the...
well, hey.
Hey.
Hey, love you.
Bye. It's happening.
Don't mind me. You could do the news. In my little book.
We've got a mouse in the pub. No way.
No way, boo. Melting.
Melting.